Willie Contraband here, and welcome to Beyond Duality.
Beyond duality, three eyes in a circle. Willie Contraband, no soul, controversial. Facts on facts, but my name's not Urkel. Hit 'em where it hurts till their heart turns purple. They say they got your back.
Alright, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I go by the name Willie Contraband, and this is Beyond Duality, my channel where we go deep into astrology, tarot, and all the mysteries of this realm. If anyone wants a personal reading, check out williecontraband.com/guidance, and I'll hook you up there, right? But let's get right into it. Today's episode's about the full moon in Libra. So I got the chart pulled up in front of me. Gonna give a quick summary of what the energy I see, and then gonna give a little tarot reading to close it up for the collective. Everyone that commented on my other videos, this is my third video back. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for the love, for the support, for remembering me too, not forgetting me, missing me, I guess. But thank you. So the full moon in Libra, we got April 16th, at least over here in the Americas. Happens on April 16 at 2:54 in the afternoon. So by the time nighttime comes, it's gonna be full blasting. Energy is gonna be strong. So we definitely want to be aware of this energy, especially full moon energy. But more than that, it's on the axis of Libra and Aries. So Aries is very I felt like the new moon in Aries was almost like a full moon in energy type of thing. Not full moon in Aries, but like a full moon type of energy. I remember feeling a lot of myself and everyone around me kind of really tense, short fused. And that was also with the Mars energy, which is the ruler of Aries, and Saturn kind of restricting us in a lot of things. But now that we got a full moon in Libra is very social. There's always has to be a partner with Libra energy, or partners or company. So this could be a lot of our emotions being projected to other people. This could also be about our balance between our codependency or dependency on other people, or our dependency on ourselves. This is going to show us as well how we're emotionally dependent on other people, or where we lack and close ourselves off to even allow to be emotional interdependent with people. Let me see what else I see here. One of the great things is that Venus and Mars both left Aquarius. So what that means is that they also left being together with Saturn. Saturn's at the last 10 degrees of Aquarius. So these last few weeks, even with the new moon in Aries and Sun in Aries, all this Aries energy, things are bubbling up, especially mentally, emotionally. Our waters within are bubbling up, and we want to do things, but it was we didn't have the full energy to do it. Something was holding us back, but we couldn't really pinpoint what's holding us back, and it kind of made us face certain things that we have to resolve in our personal lives. So what's happening now, it's around this Libra full moon, there might be freedom that burst open, because Mars and Venus being away from Saturn takes away restriction, in terms of our drive and ambition, but also in terms of our value, the way we present ourselves. Maybe these last month or so, you've been feeling you couldn't fully express who you are, or you couldn't just find a way to deliver your message. That will start changing. I just see right now, wow, Jupiter and Neptune, conjunction right around this full moon. So the day leading up to and the day of, they're conjunct, which is, this is fruition of dreams coming to realization. This is also seeing things that you've been working for maybe for the last like 12, 13 years, or even the last 3, 4 years coming together. This is also being able to work on your dreams with other people, maybe a team or a partner in business or a partner in this creative venture you're on, or whatever your goal may be. You know, I try not to limit anything because it could be anything. But there's something coming into fruition, at least even if it's not a physical thing yet, because we're not in Taurus season yet. It's going to be something that is going to emotionally move you. It's going to emotionally give you energy to do more. And also to not feel like anything's impossible. You know, that's the energy here too, especially with Libra full moon. But Libra is more like, woo, free spirit, and, you know, do what you do and just want to make sure you look good and feel good doing it. At the same time with Venus, Libra's ruler, in Pisces, where Venus is exalt in Pisces, exaltation, which means Venus is in the happiest section in the sky. Even though Pisces is not her home, Pisces is where she feels like, woo, I could just be in this fantasy world. And, you know, Venus is earth energy. It loves like water energy because it helps it grow and expand. With Jupiter being in there, Neptune and being there, Venus is having a ball right now. Mars is in there too, but they're about 11 degrees apart. So they're not affecting each other too much right now. But Venus is in a really great place right now. So this equals us being in a good place with our physical attributes, with our values, whether it's money or our values on our dreams, the value in other people, you know, in terms of who's worth having in your life, who gives and who takes the most. You know, it's okay to give and take, you know, have an exchange of energy, but who takes without giving? You know, who takes from your cup without filling back your cup? That's what Venus is doing in Pisces right now, especially with the sun. Was it the sun? No, I wanted to say especially with Saturn in the final degrees of Aquarius, where it's starting to approach Pisces. Restrictions on a lot of things are going to start disappearing. They're going to try to get tightened on us, whether it's personal restrictions or restrictions on like the people around us, like how they bound us to certain things, or restrictions in terms of the collective and everything we're going through. They're going to start trying to like force things a little bit more, but the people are going to find ways to overcome things or not allow these things to affect oneself anymore. Another thing is Mercury is getting really close to Uranus, and Uranus is Mercury's higher octave, like higher dimensional level of Mercury. Like it works on a whole, like a higher version of itself. So Mercury is more like ancient, you know, traditional. Uranus is more modern. So that happening in Taurus, I feel like a lot of stuff is about to go down with technology, whether it's, you know, the government introducing new technology or new ways of going about technology. It might be something that they start installing new programs in regards to like value or monetary things. It could be a lot of cryptocurrency stuff going on too in terms of regulations, because at the same time Uranus is squared to Saturn, so Mercury conjoining Uranus, they're both making that square to Saturn. There's very tight, intense energy going on where, you know, regulations on cryptocurrency, something that could free us in a certain way to get away from a centralized structure, it's being regulated, which means created boundaries. It's creating restriction on it, because it's easily a gateway for, you know, the masses to get away from centralized structures. So keep your eye on that, just in case you're into crypto. There might be some regulations that may some of the cryptocurrencies go down in value. or fluctuate at least. I know it's been fluctuating a lot, but it might be something that's more noticeable. But other than that, let's see. The sun's at 26 degrees Aries. That means we got a few days left of Aries season. About to go into Taurus season. So that's kind of cool. We're about to start seeing things come into tangible aspects. Things start materializing. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all this fire energy kind of getting grounded. Because I feel like there's a lot of energy bubbling up in us, but we don't exactly know where to put it right now, because we're all getting back into the groove of things. And at the same time, all the planets right now are on like one side of the wheel. It's only split between like pretty much Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus right now. So usually when that happens too, that means like there's a lot of energy on just one side, which is like making one part of our life, or like certain just specific parts of our life, really heavy on us right now and asking a lot from us. So once we get to Taurus season and sun starts moving past there, things will start balancing out, especially mentally and consciously, because Mercury and the sun are both going to be around that Taurus energy at the same time. So it's going to be cool. The North Node's there too, so this is going to be big on what we have to do as a collective, like what direction we're moving towards together. Where in Taurus, it comes down to a lot of things about values and our morals and principles and things that, how do I like get attention, in terms of like, say like money gets you attention, but also beauty gets you attention, but also gold could get attention because it's shiny. So things that are tangible, any services or businesses that you're working on, anything creative that you're coming into fruition right now, that could get attention, because Mercury and the sun are going to be around there in the North Node. So this is a focal point for us for the next year and a half when you're talking about North Node and South Node, where the South Node is in Scorpio. So that's kind of talking more about our internal world, where Taurus is our external world. So a lot of things are going to be opposing our internal world, in a way shining light on our internal world. All these things that are calling for us to be certain people in the public, or certain people in the collective, or a certain person in your environment, is going to be challenging how you feel inside, and also to speak your truth. And also, if you need to kill certain parts of yourself, whether it's like a toxic ego, or this false self-identity, or false sense of identity, these are things that you're gonna have to face around this time in the full moon. Let's see what else is going on. I just see more than anything, getting ready for the future, preparing yourself for the future, especially with Taurus there. Taurus is a builder, it's a hard worker, but at the same time it takes its time, it sets a tone, it sets a pace, and it aims to get things done gradually and with quality. Taurus is a lot about quality, because you talk a lot about value of things. There's a difference between price and value of things, so always keep that in mind. But other than that, I'm excited for this full moon to pass by, so that we could release a lot of energy, try to burn some energy away, whether it's like old memories or things that don't sit well with you anymore, because Libra is also a mental sign, an air sign. So mentally you want to get rid of things. This springtime too, so spring cleaning is very important, especially for this first full moon in spring. So we definitely want to clean our spaces, your home, wherever you sleep at, but also your mental space, emotional space. We're talking about, sun, consciousness, and the moon, emotions, your mood. Your moon is your mood. So definitely make a lot of space, because I feel like Taurus season and Gemini season is going to really start showing a lot of things. We're going to really start getting grounded for the year in Taurus, because then a lot of retrogrades are coming. So Taurus season is going to be perfect. This full moon energy is going to ride us right into that Taurus season, that the energy is not going to be intense like that. It's good to go into a season when the energy is on its way down, so that, you know, when the energy is building up, sometimes we don't know what to do, but on the way down it's like, oh, okay, like it's not gonna get crazier than that. So, you know, Aries season, there's a lot of energy bubbling up. We just don't know how to contain it or how to direct it. And Taurus is going to bring that. This full moon's going to bring that to our attention. And then after that full moon, Taurus is going to let us bring that energy and ground it. So yeah, I'm excited for that. About to pull some cards for the collective real quick. See what's up, see what's going on. Usually I let the cards pop out by itself. And it's about 3 cards. Sometimes it'd be more if more pops out, whatever source got to tell us. But yeah, let's see what was going on. I guess we call this the collective full moon reading. Alright, we got one so far. One drop. Here we go, here we go. Alright. So we'll go about it together. What we got first is Ace of Chalices. Alright, Ace of Cups, Ace of Water. The cups, the chalices are your soul. It symbolizes soul, it symbolizes emotions. Because your feelings is kind of like one in one with your soul. So the thing is, that's why when you get like gut feeling, your intuition, you gotta go with those feelings, because that's your soul, your spirit telling you something. But when you're talking about Ace of Chalices, we're talking about, look at these kids, look at this cup, found a youth, baby. You know what I'm saying? This is, may your cup runneth over, abundance. Also talking about having fun, you know. I feel like we've been through a lot these last couple years. The momentum's finally starting to pick up gradually, and we kind of got to find a way to like get all this Saturn energy off of us, you know, all this restrictiveness, all this bounded, you know, territorial energy of like, you know, even social cues where we don't even know how to go about things no more. I feel like we got to get loose, and that's how things are gonna get to really flowing. Get to having fun, get to back to enjoying ourselves and enjoying each other, you know what I mean? There is more than one person here, you know? There's the universe kind of opening things up in our lives. What we got next is the Hangman. Which kind of goes hand in hand with this water card, because the Hangman represents Pisces. And it also goes hand in hand because, like I was just saying, this funny, this is like kind of get loose, have fun with things, you know, fountain of youth, you know, getting good spirits, you know what I mean, that youthful spirit. And sometimes that might look weird to people. Other people are like, why are you having fun? Why are you laughing? Why are you having a good time? And that's what happens with the Hangman, is that people don't understand that like you're on a mission, you're doing this for a certain reason. It's not just to be a weirdo. And people are looking at them different. Some people are like angry, some people screaming, some people like, whoa, what's going on? But hand in hand with this, with the Ace of Chalices, that pretty much resembles just being yourself, you know, especially in a time right now where, you know, this is kind of like we're in the age of Aquarius, which it's about the collective and it's about movements, but more than that, it's about the individual, you know. Aquarius are like the weirdest people, you know, they always got their own style. They're like, you could tell an Aquarius when you see an Aquarius or you start talking to one, because they're like in a different world, they process thoughts different. And at the same time, it's like you'll look at them like, whoa, like, what the hell, like you're weird, but at the same time like intriguing, like, huh, but that's interesting though. So I feel like that's the energy right now of like having fun and loose, being yourself, not caring what anyone like thinks or whatever anyone says, because just because they don't care being restricted or they don't care to be in a certain situation that you're not okay with, fuck that. Alright, so we have those 2 cards. I'm gonna put these down, and then we're gonna bust down the next one, which is 6 of Wands. Alright, 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands is 6 of fire. Fire, Wands represents fire, passion, action, desires, movement, spirit as well. Because your spirit is really always non-stop going and growing and glowing, you feel me? But Six of Wands also represents free spiritness. You see this bird got out the cage right here. Being a free spirit, that goes back to founding youth, hangman, being yourself. But also that people are going to acknowledge you. People are going to see you right now. And I feel like this is, it's a collective reading. So around this full moon, full moons bring things into completion. It brings things into fruition. So it's showing things. Full moon is bright, so it's really showing its light. So in a collective way, I feel like everyone's going to be acknowledged. Everyone is either going to be heard or be seen. Is up to you if you're going to be that free spirit. Are you going to be okay with getting out of that cage? Are you going to be okay to get loose and be fun and be enjoying yourself? These last 2 years we haven't enjoyed ourselves because especially in the beginning of these last 2 years, there's a lot of things telling us, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. If you don't do this, you can't go here, or you can't do this. Now we're getting to a place where we're getting out this cage. We're becoming free. People are going to acknowledge you. People are going to see you, especially if you're not afraid to flap your wings and actually get out the cage. Because sometimes the cage, the door is open already, but sometimes we're scared to get out of it because that cage is all we know. It's time to flap your wings and make your moves, because right now we're in an energy that there's no retrogrades going on. Anything that you put into action, any energy you give something, it's gonna get in movement, get in motion, and that movement is gonna have momentum. Momentum will carry it forward throughout this year. Next, all these cards are aligning. Major Arcana, the Chariot card. And why this aligns too is, if you see here closely, they're getting not dragged, but getting pulled or hauled, I don't know how to say that, by a chariot, but with chains. They're going through a process that they're in a way getting humiliated in front of the village. They're getting put through a process because they're doing something different. They might have been doing something they weren't supposed to by certain standards or restrictions, and the only way out is to be set of an example, to the people, like, oh, this is what happens when blah blah blah. But at the same time, they're really gaining freedom. Sometimes that's like the ironic part or oxymoron in a way of like, breaking free. Sometimes, like, not even sometimes, but freedom isn't free. And that's why I always say with Chariot card, because the Chariot card also resembles you going to a new place in your life and also going to higher levels. But everything comes at a cost. Everything comes at a price. That's why we're learning values of things right now. And when we say everything comes at a price, that doesn't necessarily mean money. Time, energy, your attention is money. When you go to work, what do you go to work for? For some money. What do you give them? Your time, your energy. When you say, oh, I want to spend some time with you. Spend some time with you? Or do you pay attention to? What are you paying attention to? The things you're paying attention to, you're paying as money. You're paying attention and spending time. So we gotta think of all these different things. Like, freedom ain't free, and it doesn't really just mean money, like cash money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put your time and energy, your focus, which is your attention, your interest. Interest grows when you put your money in a bank. It grows interest. You want to put those things into certain streams, certain channels of energy, and direct that energy in a certain way, and know that if you want to be free, it comes at a cost, but it's not even as bad as you think. Everyone in the village thinks like, oh my god, they messed up, they try to do this and that, and now look at them, ha ha ha, not knowing that as soon as they get out of that village, these two are free to do whatever the fuck they want. And that's why we got to know that the cage, the door is not even closed. And that's what we got to realize. These restrictions are mental, if anything. And talking about mental, the last card we got, Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Swords is words. The sword is the air, the mental element. You see the three swords going through the heart. So we're talking about full moon energy. Heart, emotions. Also, Three of Swords talks about miscommunication more than anything. And what might happen is, you going through this, people are not going to really understand why are you doing the things you're doing. Why are you being so free and so happy and full of youth and wanting to live life, because you've been cooped up in a cage for the last 2 years plus. So it's like, be free, even if people don't understand. And this shows the same kind of message. People are going to point at you, people are going to look at you different, people are going to say this and that, but they don't know what you've been through. They don't know what you've been going through emotionally, mentally. So that miscommunication might be big, but it also, that miscommunication could be confirmation, that you're heading into a different place in your life, and the people around you don't understand. They might look at it like it's bad, but unfortunately this world that we live in is upside down. It's almost like bad is good, good is bad, in a way, when you're looking at it through certain lenses or looking at certain channels. But anyways, I feel like what this reading gave out is to be yourself, be free, like live your life, be happy, cherish these moments that we have. There's a lot that we missed out on these last 2 years. And there's going to be people that are going to be stuck on these last 2 years and not be able to move forward. But if you don't want that to be you, you can't surround yourselves with those people, especially with the Three of Swords. It's like, you could surround yourselves with them. They're going to just bring heavy, dense energy that is not going to align with who you are or who you're becoming right now. So, I would just say, be you, be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself, especially in Aries season. To close off Aries season. Aries is about I. Aries is about me. Is about the ego. Aries is about the individual. Aries is the one that stands out and is the natural leader, leads themselves. So, take on, embody that. The whole point of these zodiac seasons is for us to embody certain parts of ourselves, because we have all the signs within us. So you want to embody Aries energy, that Libra emotional energy of being open to things, but at the same time making sure not to get lost in whatever everyone else is doing, to be yourself, to make sure you depend on yourself first and foremost. Can you do that for yourself? Is that also that's values with Uranus and Taurus, with Venus and Pisces, valuing the security you have within yourself, and that goes hand in hand with this reading, because there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of external things outside of yourself that are going to be trying to push you the other way or to stay where you're at, and you definitely don't want to give in or give up, because we're in tough times right now. But at the same time, these are the times that are gonna make us the people we're gonna be for the rest of our lives. At least get us closer to that higher version of ourselves. So yeah, distance yourself from the toxic people around you, or people that are not understanding you right now. Sometimes it's okay to have space in relationships, whether it's your romantic partner, family, friends, etc., etc. Sometimes it's okay to not be in contact for a little bit, even if it's for a season, a month or 2 months. 3 months is a season. Sometimes if you gotta just disconnect to reconnect at a later time where you guys are more aligned, that's okay too. But I hope this helps. Let me know down below, give me some feedback. There's some food for thought. So feed me back, give me some comments down below, let me know if I'm crazy or if I'm not, if it resonated. Also, tell a friend to tell a friend. Watch your boy Willie Contraband. And yeah, I'm gonna stay consistent with this, guys. If you guys have any ideas for any type of things you guys want me to do, let me know. I'm gonna start doing monthly readings for each sign on the Swim Network, so you definitely want to follow that. That link's down in the link below. The link's in the link, alright? The link's in the description down below. Follow the Swim channel, the Swim Network, because starting next month, I'm gonna have monthly readings for everyone. And I know you guys love that. That's technically my specialty. But I appreciate you guys as always. Be good, be great, take care of yourself, love yourself, do it for yourself first. Don't do it for anybody else before you do it for yourself. And I feel like it's gonna be a great month. I'll see you guys next week. Much peace, much love.
They got you thinking that I'm dying, quoting all my songs, telling you that I'm lying. Though I know the truth, cause the truth will always find you. No matter where you go, is always right there behind you. See the shiny lights is only really there to blind you. Crazy how the stars in the sky could define you. Crazy how the stars in the sky could define you. I'm going on my mind, off a tab in the mountain.